Now at 5 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, we bring you an update on Tanisha Upton's shooting death in Victoria. In Hallettsville, 2 vehicles were stopped and the suspects charged with smuggling 13 people from Guatemala and Honduras. And in Refugio, 1 subject was arrested for possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell.
We had some dry air rolling in, and now we've got some beautiful skies. Get a load of that. People in Cuero having a good time, getting ready for a very busy weekend. Stay tuned. We'll have all the latest coming up in a moment.
Mac, thank you. Plus, concerns over TikTok's threat to national security continue with lawmakers. You're watching 25 News Now at 5. Good afternoon and thanks for being with us. I'm Karina Garcia. James Munoz has the day off. An Amber Alert issued around 2:40 p.m. Friday for a child abduction in Robson near Waco. The victim is a 14-year-old Candace Masterpool who was last seen wearing a low-cut black dress tucked into her pants, white or gray leggings, and dark blue Crocs with jewels. The suspect is an 18 or 24-year-old female. Suspect car is a 4-door silver sedan, likely Mexican plates, labeled GAC 513C. Call 911 if you have any information. And an update on the fatal shooting of Tanisha Upton. Authorities arrested a 17-year-old Victoria woman and 2 juveniles recently. 2 of the juveniles were sentenced to 20 years in prison. The Victoria County District Attorney confirmed earlier this week Jackie Perez, the then 17-year-old driving the vehicle, was not taken to trial. The 2 sentenced juveniles were found to be the only ones holding weapons at the time of the shooting. The district attorney also confirmed there were 3 other juveniles in the vehicle at the time of the shooting. Late Thursday night, Lavaca County Sheriff's deputies and Hallettsville police stopped 2 vehicles near Hallettsville. The drivers of the vehicles taken into custody and charged with smuggling of persons. 13 people in the vehicle from Guatemala and Honduras were transported to Victoria and turned over to the United States Border Control. Refugio County Sheriff's deputies stopping a subject on a motorcycle with expired registration. The subject was found to be in possession of 3.5 grams of methamphetamine packaged for sale. The subject fled on foot but was later taken into custody. The subject is now charged with possession of controlled substance, 3rd-degree felony, and 2 counts of evading arrest. And now let's take a look at your forecast with Chief Meteorologist Mac Bettis.
Thank you very much, Karina. Well, folks, the dry air finally arrived and it's gorgeous out there. A little warm, but no humidity is going to be nice for tonight. Believe it or not, we got up to 88 degrees. Weren't we wearing jackets a couple of days ago? Well, 88 for us and in the 90s down along South Texas. Great looking Saturday, but Sunday may not be as good. We'll talk about that and look at your 7-day forecast coming up in a moment. Back to you.
Mac, thank you. State senators in the Texas legislature are considering a bill banning drag appearances on public property or in front of minors.
Across the country, Republican-led legislatures are working on policies that would restrict drag performances or appearances. Texas is no different.
Senators, all of us can agree that children shouldn't be exposed to sexually explicit material. This material can take various forms in print and visual media, as well as live performances. SB 12, filed by Republican Brian Hughes and backed by Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, would ban drag appearances on public property and, perhaps more sweepingly, in front of any minors. And it does that by including the legal definition of sexually oriented performance to include, quote, a male performer exhibiting as a female or a female performer exhibiting as a male who uses clothing, makeup, or other similar physical markers and who sings, lip syncs, dances, or otherwise performs before an audience. Doing that could have sweeping repercussions.
It's going to limit the businesses that can hold drag.
Sexually oriented businesses, including clubs or bars, face greater legal scrutiny.
We care about keeping kids safe too. We do not want kids at the gay bar at 11 p.m. on a Saturday night. You know, that is not what any of us are seeking to do. We're just trying to keep these spaces that are intentionally modified to have children around us to still be available.
Bridget Bandit, an Austin-based drag performer, came to the Capitol on Thursday alongside several other advocates testifying against SB 12. But they brought with them concerns of pushback from conservative advocates. In fact, recent reporting from the Texas Tribune found anti-LGBTQ demonstrations rose sharply in Texas over the last year.
A student-led group at West Texas A&M University is suing the school's president over the drag show. The LGBTQ+ organization filed a suit this week after school president Walter Windler canceled the planned student event. Windler called the drag shows divisive and demoralizing misogyny. He also said there is no such thing as a harmless drag show and compared them to blackface. The student group described the performance as a PG-13 show for charity. It was set for next Friday at an on-campus event hall. The lawsuit claims canceling the show is a violation of the group's First Amendment rights. And China says it will firmly oppose any forced sale of the popular social media app TikTok. President Joe Biden's administration calling the app's Chinese owners to sell their share of the company or face a potential ban in the United States. The drama unfolding as the company's CEO testified on Capitol Hill about its ability to keep user data safe.
Many U.S. lawmakers remain convinced the popular app is an urgent threat to national security.
The FBI director, the CIA director, the NSA director, the DIA director, the director of national intelligence, all voicing significant concerns about this app in bipartisan fashion.
TikTok does appear to collect user data in a similar fashion to American social media companies. While TikTok does not operate in China, its parent company ByteDance is located in Beijing. The concern is the Chinese government could leverage that relationship to force cooperation with security activities, including the possible transfer of TikTok user data. Experts say while there's no public evidence at this moment, it is a possibility.
The problem for the CEO is it's not TikTok that's the target of mistrust, it's China. Nobody trusts China, and nothing he can say will change that.
Western legal experts say Chinese law can require any organization or citizen in China to support, assist, or cooperate with state intelligence work. Concerns about TikTok's connection to China have led to a ban across U.S. government devices. In Thursday's testimony, TikTok CEO Shou Chew tried to ease worries.
I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data. They have never asked us. We have not provided.
Lawmakers weighing what to do next.
It's more about the ownership structure, and that needs to change.
And so TikTok CEO says the company's plan to keep user data safe from unauthorized access is called Project Texas. It would give the United States government and appointed third-party companies a degree of oversight over TikTok's data practices. And this brings us to your viewer poll this afternoon. Scan that QR code on your screen to vote now. Do you think TikTok poses a national security threat? Yes or no? We want to hear from you. Come to crossroadtoday.com/vote to participate, and we will have an update on 25 News Now at 6. And now we go to Cuero, and they have a big party planned this Saturday. It's been 150 years in the making. The major celebration for Cuero's 150th birthday anniversary is tomorrow, with so many events planned for downtown Cuero, including a farmer's market, live concerts, and a car show. Cuero Mayor Sarah Postmeyer told us how excited they are about the rejuvenation of the downtown area of the Gobbler capital of the world.
Oh, it is. It's very, very exciting. And I'm just so proud of everybody who worked so hard to get us to where we are today. We're standing on some shoulders of people that have gone before us. And the folks that are here now in paradise will be able to continue those traditions into the future.
Cuero had its start in the mid-19th century as a stopping point on the Chisholm Trail cattle route to Kansas. It was not recognized as a town until 1873 when it was officially founded. And the largest Lotto Texas jackpot in more than 12 years now sits at $57.75 million for Saturday night's drawing. The current jackpot ranks as the third largest in North America. Saturday night's Lotto Texas drawing offers a cash value worth of $35 million. Stay with us straight ahead on 25 News Now at 5 in Denver. Students and teachers rallied to urge lawmakers to end gun violence. Also ahead in today's Health Minute, vasectomies see a spike during March Madness. Here's what's coming up on Community Crossroads. We talked about the 48th annual WinFest, plus we learned more about the Think Big Festival, and we talked to a Vietnam veteran. Plus, we also find out about food insecurity from the food bank of the Golden Crescent. All this and more this weekend.
We are a warehouse distribution that provides food, and that will order from us and distribute to their neighbors in need.
Georgia, when Georgia was just
a baby.
A youthful puppy there. Here is her first day at American Idol. Yeah.
Look, she's got that face like, my dad is running this place, so back off.
Next live, Dennis Quaid, Lauren Ambrose, and American Idol judge Lionel Richie.
Let's go, buddy. We got it.
Plus Tuesday, all the Idol judges are here.
Go faster on Optimum Internet with 99.9% reliability. Get 300 meg internet for as low as $30 a month with no annual contract. And equipment is included for whole home Wi-Fi coverage. Plus, Optimum has faster download speeds than AT&T nationwide. Get award-winning 300 meg internet for $30 a month with Optimum Mobile for as low as $15 a month. Call 8669-OPTIMUM. Go to Optimum.com or visit your local store today. Get closer, go farther with Optimum.
This is a meal worth sharing. Right now, get 4 hot and spicy McChicken sandwiches, 20-piece chicken McNuggets, and a basket of fries for $15.99. Only at McDonald's.
Hi folks, Greg at Fuller Pet. A longtime customer talked to me the other day and told me they switched to a horse feed from another company because it was cheaper than ours. Before long, the shape of his horses deteriorated and one ended up at the vet. Our equine feeds are formulated to keep your horses in the best condition and maintain peak performance at any life stage. We're not the cheapest, but we sell a superior quality product at a fair price. And in my opinion, that's value. Come see us at Fuller Pet.
Students and teachers rallied at the Denver Capitol Friday to urge lawmakers to end gun violence. Some of the demonstrators are calling for a ban on assault weapons. Others want lawmakers to pass a package of gun reform bills making its way through the state legislature right now. Denver public schools are out Friday to let students process this week's shootings at East High School. 2 administrators were shot and hurt as a result of that violence that day.
There's a lot of mental health issues with the teachers. I mean, the teachers are a real big part of this because they're doing the work of the police department now. These are teachers. They aren't police officers. So there's a lot of things that need to change, and we're going to make our recommendations once we've gone through the process.
The district board is now suspending a controversial policy that removed school resource officers across the district. It's directing the superintendent to develop a long-term safety plan this summer. And it's called March Madness for a reason, and as fans gear up for more Sweet 16 action, some may be planning to watch it while they recover from surgery. And for one particular procedure, vasectomies, doctors use it as a marketing pitch.
The madness has begun. With the Sweet 16 upon us, some men are ready to post up on the couch.
We see sometimes an upwards of a 30% increase in men that are calling our office, or sometimes their partners are calling our office with an interest in getting a vasectomy.
Urologist Dr. Jamin Brombot with Orlando Health says a vasectomy is a simple office-based procedure that takes about 20 minutes and is done using local anesthesia. He says patients don't feel much during the procedure. It's a form of birth control for men, which cuts the supply of sperm to semen.
A lot of men feel that, oh man, I'm going to lose my intimacy. It's going to feel different and my testosterone is going to go down. Research has proven that's really not the case.
After surgery, Brombot says patients are asked to rest for 2 days and spend a week not exerting themselves or working out. Just like with any procedure, there are risks.
Bleeding or swelling in the scrotum after the procedure. There's always a chance of infection, and that's why we may give you antibiotics before and after the procedure.
Brombot says about 1% of men may also have post-vasectomy pain after the procedure, but he says serious complications are rare.
If you have an excuse to watch basketball for the rest of the week because you got one, hey man, you're winning in 2 directions.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
A new study suggests marginalized communities may suffer the consequences of air pollution more than others. Researchers looked at the death rates for older communities with higher poverty rates and larger populations of people of color. The particles are so tiny they can travel past the body's usual defenses and stick in the lungs or enter the bloodstream. In 2019 alone, long-term exposure to particle pollution contributed to the deaths of 4 million people. Alrighty, grab your cell phone and scan this QR code. This is our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can get breaking news alerts and watch our viewer polls. Or no, you can watch our stories anytime, whenever, wherever, get breaking news alerts and submit news tips, videos, and photos. Here's Mac.
Thank you very much. Well, we got up to 88 degrees, which is our temperature right now as the dry air rolled in and the clouds finally evaporated. We're seeing a pretty nice Saturday, just in time for, let's see, I don't know, Cuero, Hallettsville, Refugio. Everybody's got something going on this weekend. We'll have your 7-day forecast coming up in a moment.
My name is Adarius McCormick, and I want you to know about my new segment, Homemade with Adarius. I will interview amazing people and showcase intriguing places that may be new to you in the Crossroads. Want to show off something homemade? Email us at homemade@victoriatelevision.com. See my new segment on Crossroads Today YouTube channel and Crossroads Today Plus. You do not want to miss this.
Get ready to save, used car buyers. It's the one and only Repo Joe sale.
Toyota Victoria's inventory is packed with trade-ins, auction purchases, lease terminations, and of course, repos. All you pay is $27 down. Some are just $89 a month. The Repo Joe sale.
Join us at First United Methodist Church Sunday mornings at 8:30 on KABU TV. But if you're looking for a place to worship in person, we'd love to have you join us here at 8:30 and 10:40 in our sanctuary, or at 11 o'clock with Pastor Amanda in our Ignite Contemporary service. As society gets more and more back to normal, we hope that you'll join us for worship. We were made to worship in community. We pray together, sing together, share in Holy Communion together. Won't you come be the church with us at First United Methodist Church?
So I'm back home from college, hanging out with some friends, we're drinking. So we started driving and the road's kind of windy. Next thing I know, I lost control of the car and I crashed into a house. And then from there, you've got the backlash because it was on the news. And before I could even get back home, my phone was blowing up from people's parents, other people like, how could you? So irresponsible. And you go from thinking that I'm this good guy and everything's working out for me to all of a sudden like, I'm a felon. It's a $30,000 mistake for me and something I still think about and have to deal with every day.
Lax has been serving Texas families since 1935, and we're celebrating our 88th year with store-wide savings of 10 to 50%. Get no-interest financing for up to 60 months, plus free delivery. Final days of anniversary savings at Lax.
Woman is claiming she is the missing British toddler Madeleine McCann.
Is it possible that Madeleine McCann has finally been found?
I believe that I am Madeleine McCann.
Madeleine has a defect in the iris, and you have that same phenomenon. Have you tested your DNA?
We are waiting for results.
You've had the opportunity to do a simple records check. What did you find? All new Dr. Phil.
Thursday through Saturday only, it's the one and only Repo Joe sale in Toyota Victoria. All you pay is $27 down, then make the payments on the windshield. Bring your trade, we'll give you a top dollar. Visit RepoJoe.com to find your bargain. The Repo Joe sale at Toyota Victoria.
Welcome back, everybody. I've been promising you some dry air, and it got here. You probably noticed how all of a sudden everything is sunny and clear and dry, but that also helped get the temperature up. We're 85 in Hallettsville, 87 out in George West, but get a load of this. Laredo at 94 already, and that's the dry, hot air that's coming in from the west. Hot because the dry air, like the desert, at night it gets nice and cool. But in the daytime, it gets extremely hot, and dry air will do that for you. But that is going to be with us, giving us a very nice evening and a very nice Saturday for all the events that are going on. You can see that while we're sort of cooking down here, It's still in the 50s and 60s up in the Panhandle. That's because it's 800 miles away or something like that. Anyway, this is a map of water vapor, and this is a very good analysis. The satellite has several channels, and one of the channels is to see how much water vapor is in the atmosphere, and all this that you see in red here is very dry air. This is basically desert air, and that's what moved into our area and just blew all the clouds away. And you can see that the rain that was up in Dallas last night is all pushed up into the Oklahoma area, and here's another view of it again. Obviously, we missed all of that in the crossroads as the front came through, but only gave us the dry air. All the rain is moving up and eastward, and they're getting some heavy stuff right there in Shreveport. This is all severe heavy thunderstorms rolling through that area that they're dealing with right now. But for us, got a great looking Saturday. But here's the funny part. The stationary front, or the front that came through, is going to stall out in the Gulf. So it's only going to give us one really good day. By Sunday, it's actually going to back up into our region while the storm center pulls away off to the East Coast. West Coast gets a little bit of a break after all those tremendous storms. But as you can see right about here, the stationary front is going to wobble around the Gulf Coast. And as it wobbles, we're going to pick up some cloud cover and possibly some drizzle. In fact, we're getting ready for that system coming in on Monday as the parade of frontal systems keeps going. Now, here's a look at our future tracker. We start off with that west wind. That's the dry air and very nice evening tonight. It might even be cooler tonight. The Gulf air is still right off the coast. So it's going to go offshore, right? There you go, offshore. And then what happens by Sunday? Well, that's your Saturday, but Sunday it comes back up. And because it's going to be running into that air, it's going to give us some cloud cover even as soon as Sunday. So I think most of the Sunday will be good, but the clouds will be coming back, and we may get some light morning drizzle during the early morning hours as we get into the early part of next week. And then we basically watch and wait for that next frontal system to come through. So here's the marine situation. Now, this is important for all the boaters. Remember, south winds, west winds, they're all going to sort of collide out there, and then they roll back up into our region. Notice the winds will be fairly quiet as we get on into the weekend, and that's going to be good for anybody getting out there on the boat. So tomorrow, 82 and sunshine. Clouds roll back in on Sunday. Monday, we watch and wait for that next little frontal system. And next week, looks like we'll have some slightly cooler weather. That's your 7-day forecast. We'll toss it back to Karina before I tell you to go to our QR code. Scan that with your photo, with a photo on your phone. And then you can put Crossroads Today on your phone and take us wherever you want to go to get your news, weather, and sports. Karina, back to you.
Mac, thank you. Coming up next on 25 News Now at 5, we'll take a last look at your stocks. Plus, demand for gas surged last week as fears of a recession affect consumer outlook.
It's the final days of Ford Truck Month, Texas. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. It's the final days of Ford Truck Month, Texas. See what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. There's a great selection in stock. Now, during the final days of Truck Month, lease a new Ford F-150 for just $498 a month, plus complimentary maintenance. Hurry into your Texas Ford dealer.
Next, Inside Edition, confronting her sister's killer.
One for each of the 114 stab wounds that my sister had to endure.
Then, the Chris Martin diet. The singer eats just one meal a day. But is it safe? He says he wants to look just like Bruce Springsteen.
I learned that from having lunch with Bruce Springsteen.
Next, Inside Edition.
The use of talcum powder for feminine hygiene has been found to cause ovarian cancer, and women around the nation are now filing talcum powder cancer claims against Johnson & Johnson. Evidence presented in these lawsuits indicates Johnson & Johnson officials have intentionally concealed talcum powder cancer risk information from consumers over the course of decades. If you use talcum powder and developed ovarian cancer, it is in your best interest to speak with the team at 1-800-LAW-FIRM about filing a claim. Call 1-800-LAW-FIRM to see if you qualify.
It would appear that the butler did it. But this isn't a whodunit film.
It's a Nissan sales event. Now that's a killer deal. Good thing this Rogue has a VC turbo engine, unlike RAV4.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select models.
Catch these offers while you can.
Keep Victoria Beautiful is having a cleanup for Earth Day. April 22nd, that morning, we're gonna go clean up all around Victoria. Make this place we call home just a little bit nicer. Last time we had 400 of your friends, neighbors, high school baseball players, teachers, nurses there to help clean up. Go to keepvictoriabeautiful.org to sign up and learn more. Bring a team. It's going to be a great Saturday morning. Look forward to seeing you there.
Taking a look at your stocks, the Dow gaining 132 points, the S&P up 22 points, and the NASDAQ gains 37 points. Oil down 76 cents, closing at $69.20 a barrel. Demand for gasoline surged last week as motorists took advantage of spring's better driving weather. But fears of a recession caused global oil prices to hover near $70 a barrel, holding off a rise in gas prices. Today's national average of $3.43 is 4 cents higher than a month ago, but 80 cents less than a year ago. Stay with us. We'll take one last look at your forecast with Mac when we come back. Plus, patients at a children's hospital got to throw Jell-O at their caregivers Thursday.
Being a single mom, it was hard to keep her safe.
A daughter on the edge.
Did you go to the police at any point? I've called the police several times. She's received treatment, been to therapy, tried medications.
Sadly, your daughter is a liar. She's a thief. She committed an act of vandalism. I don't know what else she's done.
Can anyone turn this teen around?
I don't have to lecture you because I get paid whether I lecture you or not.
So why do you choose to?
Next, Judge Judy.
There have been ups and downs over the last couple of years, but we persevered and kept moving forward.
And it has been awesome to see our community staying strong and working together when we need each other.
We want to encourage you to keep strong, but also know that when life puts you in a difficult situation, our law firm is here to help.
We are proud Texans who have each other's back.
So from all of us here at Cole, Easley, and Skiba, we want to express our deep gratitude to our community and encourage you all to stay strong.
25 News Now would like to invite you to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Go to the link on your screen for more information on how to download.
And there's no way she'd stick around if she knew the truth. I'm a criminal.
This is too dangerous.
Let's rock.
Famous actor and mental health advocate Sean Astin will be in Victoria as the featured speaker in Victoria College's Lyceum Lecture Series on March 28th. Sean is known for major roles in movies like Rudy, The Lord of the Rings, and The Goonies. The event will take place at the Victoria Fine Arts Center at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, March 28th. Admission is free, sponsored in part by the Victoria Television Group.
Tired of your typical clock-in, clock-out job? You need a rewarding career in an entertaining environment that you'll enjoy. Take yourself out of the box and come to the Victoria Television Group. We have an active, fun, creative atmosphere that can help you succeed and keep those everyday work blues away. Come join our energetic and outgoing sales team. Renew your career and learn to use skills you didn't know you had. Call us 361-575-2500 or email opportunity@victoriatelevision.com for more information.
We want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Patients at a children's hospital in Greenville, North Carolina got a chance to let off some steam in a creative way. The kids were taken outside the building in the nice weather for the return of the annual Jell-O toss. Each year, team members at the center volunteered to join the pediatric patients for a day of fun. The event falls within Child Life Month, which is dedicated to honoring child life specialists and raising awareness of their important work. All that fun, but you know who's also having fun? The Crossroads this weekend.
Oh,
so many events planned.
So many events. Obviously, Cuero's got the big party. We've got an art walk tomorrow night downtown. We've got
everything.
Refurio's got the county fair.
Right, and then Hallettsville has the
Sausage and Polka Festival.
That's right.
So you don't want to miss that. And I got a great Saturday for you. Of course, the dry air rolled in, gave us a real nice afternoon. Looking for abundant sunshine for your morning on Saturday. High of about 82. Sunday, and not so great because the cloud deck's going to roll back in, but I think it starts off good. And then Monday, Tuesday, we start waiting for another frontal system. This one might actually bring us some cooler weather for the early part of next week. But for tomorrow, wear a hat and maybe some sunblock because the sun is going to be bright. With the low humidity, we'll get up to about 82.
All right. Well, Mac, thank you so much, and thank you so much for being with us. Remember, we're always on at Crossroads Today Plus, and we hope to see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 6. World News Tonight with David Muir is up next.